The Los Angeles Archdiocese recently agreed to pay an $880 million settlement to more than 1,000 abuse survivors. Chapman News reporter Lisa Wong has more on the story.
And as a result of the abuse, I ended up pregnant with a sexually transmitted disease. And it was a rough time. I had no civil rights by the time I was 19, my criminal and civil statutes of limitations had expired. There was nothing I could do to expose what happened to me.
Joelle Castix was sexually abused by a choir director while she was a student at Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana. She eventually was able to sue the school and the Diocese of Orange and was part of a $100 million settlement that at the time was the largest sexual abuse settlement paid by a Catholic diocese in the U.S. Since then, Castix has become an advocate. Attorney Morgan Stewart's firm represented survivors in the most recent settlement. He told Chapman News that some of the abuse dates back to the 1940s. Stewart says, quote, "Most of the victims are men. Some are now more than 70 years old. This may represent the last chance they have to achieve justice and healing." Melanie Sakota is a board member of the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, known as SNAP. She notes 5 dioceses have filed for bankruptcy because of settlements. They are no longer obligated to compensate sex abuse survivors.
Anyone who was abused before the bankruptcy was filed, they are forever barred from coming forward and filing a civil suit.
LA Diocese Archbishop Jose Gomez says funding for the latest settlement came from various church reserves, investments, and loans. And although the diocese has now paid out more than $1 billion, Sakota says survivors aren't actually receiving much.
First, they have to repay their attorneys any cost that they advance. What the victims are actually going to see is going to end up being so small that I'm not sure you can consider a victory.
Castix says more should be done to hold the church accountable.
It's what happens tomorrow and the next day that will really tell us whether or not this was a true victory for survivors.
This is Lisa Wong reporting for Chapman News.